Hey everybody, I just want to touch base, check in with you guys, give you a couple updates on what we have going forward, and I didn't want you to have too long of a break without seeing my luscious flowing hair and very stylish beard. So hopefully everyone's doing well. Hope you got my email that explained kind of what we have going forward. Um, Obviously, it's be a little bit tricky, but we're going to do the best we can with the AP test coming up. You may have questions about the AP test. If you want to ask me questions, that'd be fantastic in terms of what's going to happen with it. Are we going to do it? When is it going to be? All those great questions. You go ahead and ask them because then will respond to you that I have absolutely no idea and no answer for you. So I'll do my best when I hear from school. I'll get in touch with you guys. But I'm not sure what's happening with that. We'll kind of go business as usual. I'm going to try to kind of keep stuff interesting and free flowing for you guys. If you got my email, you saw that basically I tried to explain the way things are going to work out is you will sign in. This is for me and your other classes, but for me, you're going to sign into Google Classroom whenever we have class, which I believe is second period on Monday, which I believe is starting at 9:30 with the schedule that the school sent out to you. So you sign to Google Classroom. I'm going to post probably a Google Doc listing kind of what our assignments are, any videos that I made, any videos I want you to look at. But basically, everything's going to be kind of time frame wise. The first 5 to 10 minutes of class, I'm probably going to have you answer a question and submit it. It's basically a warm-up activity. It's going to be easy, but it's going to help me make sure that you are there because technically you're supposed to be there for the length of that class. Now, obviously, you can get up, you can go to the bathroom, you can go get a snack, you can do all those things, but you're supposed to be present, by your computer doing some stuff that we ask you to do. So most likely, I'm probably going to end up having you do 2, 3, 4 things that you have to submit over the course of a class. They may not be difficult things. One of them, sometimes you might end class with a Kahoot, and I just then can make sure that everyone is doing the Kahoot. That's kind of your exit ticket. Your entry ticket is to make sure you're doing that stuff. Midway through a class, I might have a group discussion in Google Classroom where you're replying back and forth to each other. It's just to make sure people are there like they're supposed to be, and not laying in bed sleeping when you're supposed to be learning. So it's a little bit different than a snow day where things should be completed during your class frame and not just whenever you want. For those of you who have Mr. Holliday, I know I watched his video. I know he's something out. He's talking about using YouTube Live. I'm going to probably attempt to use YouTube Live at some point. Not the first class, maybe the second or third class I have with you. I kind of want to make sure everyone's understanding stuff before we get into something more like that. But I may make some because it's a good way to communicate. It's good for you to ask questions live. We can talk back and forth as opposed to going through email, but obviously email you can get to me. One dilemma with YouTube Live will be whether or not my son is home. And that'll make things a little bit more tricky for me to sort of kind of hold a live session as opposed to answering emails. Also, for those of you who have Mr. Holliday, I apologize. You can tell that I am not quite as cultured as him. I do have a library downstairs, but it is filled with my wife's books, not mine. So you just get my couch with my red blanket there. But I will try kind of attempt that. To do that, I'll end up posting like the link to what my YouTube channel is. But we'll kind of get there when we need to get there. One thing I did want to explain that an assignment I'm going to have you do that I'm going to post, and just so no one's confused along the way, I had mentioned to you a while back a couple of ways you could sort of study for the AP test. One of them was a study guide made with a whole bunch of vocab and videos you could watch, and the other one was the one we talked about the other day, where I broke everything down by war, and it basically said every kind of 30 years there's a war that sort of defines the period of what's happening in America. I'm going to basically post both of those. And before the AP test, I haven't come with the exact date yet. I'm going to have you complete either one of them or sort of combine them together. I'm going to kind of let you sort of decide how you want to do it. But it's going to be for a quiz grade, right? So it should be easy quiz grade. But it's basically probably something you've done in the past. It's a study guide for a quiz grade. I want to make sure you're doing this because I want you to be prepared for the test. And might as well start now because we have some extra time and we have not too much time to get to the test. So I'll post those. I'll give you a due date, and that will be the requirement for the test. Let me know if you have questions. I'm available by email. I check my email a lot during the day. Hopefully, we can get some good learning in and not lose too much stuff here. So let me know if you have questions. Stay safe, and at least it's sunny out. All right. I'll see you guys on Monday.